there it is. Getting into part 2. So, welcome back. We're right in the middle of this big job here. If you didn't see the last video, we're getting this thing ready to pull the cab off so we can get to the chassis, so we can get on with the rest of the build. So in the last video I took the engine out, boom, all that good stuff, sitting over there on the ground. So today, or in this video, I'm taking the cab off. Since the engine's already out, there's not a lot of things to do. We've got to do our brake lines, fuel lines, the line for the clutch, a few wires. The gearbox is still sitting here on the ground, so we'll take that out. The steering arm here, up to the steering wheel, got to pull that out, and then a few more bits throughout the wires at the back. We've got to get all that done, and we'll lift it up and roll it out. So let's see how much we can get done. This guy has rock lights under there. Wires are attached to the chassis, so I'm good to go unscrew them all. So I'm just about to undo these body mounts here. I've undone all the rock lights, everything else, brake lines, most of the stuff up the front, firing, all that. You'll see the body mounts, they're pretty easy to spot. They've got a little rubber bit in between the body and the metal bit of the mount. Underneath there's two 14mm nuts. Impact on those, bring them straight out. So the two at the front were all good. When you usually start to move further back, these ones back here will tend to spin. When you put that on there, the bolt will spin. So what you got to do is come up here, open your door. There's one on the other side as well, same story. Rip your carpet up. This had a bit of sound deadening as well, rip that up. There's this little grommet down here. You'll have to get a screwdriver and pop that up. Just like that, on the inside. There's your bolt. It's a 14mm bolt. So you get a spanner on that, you'll probably, or a socket on that, get underneath, and you'll be able to pull them out. And there you go. So, ran into a few issues with the thing. Well, first of all, I went to explain what I was doing, and the microphone wasn't even plugged in, so it didn't have anything. Or I think it was plugged in, not turned on, I don't really know. Which doesn't really matter, because I didn't get anything done. And then I was lifting the body up, down, up, down, up, down. The front came off really well. The back right came off really well. Back left was just stuck to the body mount. I thought originally the lift was actually stuck a bit on the chassis, so moved that, nope. So I just got really upset and I stopped for the week, and that was 4 or 5 o'clock on Friday. So now, Monday, back at it. There shouldn't be much left, to be honest. Like the whole thing was coming off really well. I had to cut the handbrake cable. That's another thing you got to worry about as well. I just cut it, you can't take it out. I did not want to have to take it out. I've got to focus on this back right and back left and see what's actually coming out. I'll show you what I mean. So as you might be able to see, one side is lifting up fine, the other side is not. It is like stuck. That body mounts out, that one is still there. So I've got to figure out what that's all about.
There's a body mount still attached on this side, probably why it wasn't pulling up properly.
Incredibly hot today, but I think I'm about to pop this thing up. Let's see how we go. Well, look at it. It's off. The body and the chassis are now no more. Very sad. It took a long time, took a very long time. I bent this brake line down here. Not good. I'll have to either make a new one, get a new one made, or buy a new one from a wrecker, which I don't want to do at all. But I think I've bent the steering, what do you call that? Oh man, the steering rod. I bent it because there's a little bracket that comes out here, this little bracket. It got stuck underneath that, and as I was pulling it up, it bent it. Which sucks, because that is really not easy to get. Anyway, so now what are we gonna do? Got to take this chassis out the back there, obviously get the body out of here, and we've got to clean it up, paint it, and cut our body mounts off, get it prepped for the new body mounts to go on there, and then we'll be test fitting up the body. But for that, we've got to actually restore the old body over there. But anyway, that's what we'll be doing in the next one, so I'll see you then. Also, I've been carrying this around because I burnt my pinky on the back. Anyway,